I think being mean to yourself comes from having an abusive parent. I do that too. Yeah, I call it my mom voice. Because a lot of the stuff that I say to myself when I call myself worthless or I start calling myself names, it's things that I remember my mom saying to me when I was young. And basically, I just tell myself over and over again, she must have been right, because that's what I'm thinking. If I mess something up, it's because I didn't try hard enough, or that I'm just okay with accepting failure. If I get frustrated with myself over something and I just want to quit doing it for a while, then I'm being a quitter, and quitters never win. If there's something that I feel like I just can't do, then I hear my mom in my head saying, can't, never could. Now, I understand what she meant with that, but I never thought that expression made any sense. So when I mess up at something, maybe she's right. Maybe I was being careless. Maybe I just wasn't doing it right. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe it's because I have a learning disability and I'm just not that smart. But all of those things just basically make me feel like I suck at life. And when I'm in one of those moods, I can't just turn around and start being nice to myself and saying, hey, buddy, it's okay. You can do it. Just take a deep breath and we'll get through this. But instead, I'm just like, no, that's wrong. Try again. No, that's wrong too. Try again. Why are you so bad at this? Now, if somebody else is going through this, I have all the patience in the world for them. And I think that it's because I'm empathetic and I know and I can see their frustration. So I'm like, yeah, I know what that's like. But when it comes to me messing up, not acceptable at all. And the thing is when I'm just slightly elevated, I can talk myself through it for the most part. I can be like, okay, take a few breaths. We can bring this down. It's fine. But if I give myself a break and then I go back to it and I still have that problem, then I'm just convinced that I'm broken in some way. When I started the project, my patience were about here. As I started screwing up, I got down to about here. And then I take a break and get to about here. And then when I mess up, it takes no time to get to the bottom. Am I over-explaining this? I feel like I'm over-explaining this. Thank God, I am doing it again. I am messing up and explaining how I mess up. But one thing that I found that was interesting to me is it's not always an abusive parent type situation, because my wife came from a very well-adjusted family. But she's also a perfectionist, so when she can't do everything that is thrown at her, even when it's way too much to do, she starts beating herself up about it. And when I see her doing that, I'm like, why are you getting frustrated by this? Nobody can do that. You need to give yourself a break. And she's like, well, I should be able to do that. And I'm like, okay, why? And she goes, I just should. And it's just these unrealistic goals that she puts on herself sometimes that nobody can really do. And she gets down on herself, but she is not as mean to herself as I let myself be. And at this point, I feel like I can't blame my mom for it anymore. I should be able to take responsibility for it myself. And yeah, my mom may have started this fire, but I keep stoking the flames whenever I come down on myself. But when I get emotionally elevated like that, I don't know how to not stoke the flames. It's just one of those things that I'm always going to have to be working on about myself, and that sucks, but if I just give up, nothing's ever going to get better. It may not get better anyway, but I need to at least try, right?